I joined Uganda National Bureau of Standards on the 15th of September 1999, and at that time Dr. Ben Manyindo was the Deputy Executive Director, Technical Operations at UNBS. He had been there, he had joined a year before, but at that time I didn't know. In fact, to my knowledge, he had been working in UNBS for a very long time. I only found out a few years later that he had joined a year before me. From the very beginning, I have found him to be a very reserved, very strict person who has a lot of attention to detail. He loves order. There are many things I have come to learn from Dr. Manyindo, but I'll highlight just a few which have had a very big impact on me. The first one is his ability to read and the way he loves order. They come together because for you to have order, you must be able to read and read many documents. The next thing that I have taken note of Dr. Manyindo over the years, he never raises his voice and he doesn't say many things. Now, this is something some of us are greatly challenged with. He reminds me of this verse in James chapter 1, verse 19. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. And I'm still a work in progress in that area. The third and last but not least, should I say, Dr. Manyindo is a God-fearing man. None of us is perfect. We all go through various challenges, but it is those challenges that how we handle the challenges, how we handle them, how we get through them is what builds character. And this is the kind of character that we have seen in Dr. Manyindo on how he manages to get through various challenges. And a lot of us are trying very hard to emulate him, to help us become better citizens in Uganda. I wish Dr. Manyindo and his family all the best today and always. God bless you.
I'm Alena Simwe, the Chief Technical Officer for Trademark East Africa, and I'm really happy to be here to share a bit of what the journey we have walked with Dr. Manyindo as we try to improve the quality standards for Uganda. So we first worked with Dr. Manyindo as early as 2012, 2013, when Trademark, together with the Ministry of Trade and the Embassy of Sweden, were introducing a program called QUISP, which was really Quality Standards Infrastructure Program. So Dr. Manyindo, as the head of the Uganda Bureau of Standards, was critical in that he helped us to formulate the program. He was very critical in identifying the key sectors to work with, in identifying the key equipment needs and the gaps that Uganda faced at the moment. We found that Uganda had not imported equipment for over 20 years to help with the testing standards. For instance, standards for key imports like cement, metal bars, or standards for exports like grain, our vegetables. They have to meet a certain standard when you're exporting to another country. And Dr. Manyindo was very critical and passionate about this area. He really identified the sectors that we worked with, and together within a very short time, by 2014, 2015, we were seeing remarkable results from this work. In the last few years, we've worked with Dr. Manyindo and his team to look at how we can broaden the capacity of UNBS at a country level. So we have been working with them to see how we can establish laboratories around the country, and 5 areas have been identified. I think Dr. Manyindo's industrious nature, his willingness to engage, his willingness to listen has really been critical to us having a fantastic relationship with the Bureau of Standards. And I think for me, that is a legacy he leaves. In the most recent past, as we try to support the Uganda government and key agencies to face COVID, to mitigate the impact of COVID, we worked on importing key PPE like masks, gloves, and the like. And the Bureau of Standards is one of those agencies that is going to benefit. A couple of months ago, I spoke to Dr. Manyindo because I was struggling to get the products through in terms of the various processes for importation. And within a second, Dr. Manyindo had cleared the path, he cleared the way, he helped us to get in these products, of course with all the tests meeting the basic, the necessary requirements. But I think his willingness to help, his support, his ability to listen and to respond, his responsiveness has been critical hallmarks of his journey. So I wish him the best. I wish you the very best, Dr. Manyindo. You've left a legacy, and all the best.
I'm called Msinger Wabogo. I work with Mkwano Industries. I've been here in Mukwano Industries for 15 years. I joined Mukwano in 2005, and as Mukwano as a manufacturing company, we deal in oil, soap, agriculture business. So we closely work with the Uganda National Bureau of Standards. So I've known Dr. Engineer Manyindo for a period of all the 15 years I've been here in Mukwano Industries. Dr. Manyindo, by the time I joined, he was acting Deputy Executive Director in charge of technical services. He helped us so much to get a lot of our certification done in terms of our products. And at that time, the East African community was being born, so we're selling in Kenya, selling into Tanzania, selling into Rwanda. And our products had to be certified to make sure that we're able to compete with companies in Kenya which had already been certified long time ago. I found Engineer Manyindo being a very hard-working person who gave all the advice, gave all his time to we manufacturers. He liked his job and tried to add value to whatever we're doing. Mr. Manyindo has been an icon in terms of certification of products in Uganda. I remember when we started around the year 2010, we had a few products certified. But now as he retires after 22 years of good service, we have all our products that we make in Mukwano certified under UNBS, and therefore are globally recognized as good items to be consumed by the public. I have known Dr. Manyindo as being a very humble man, easy man, approachable. He has no bureaucracy. You can even text him on WhatsApp and he will come back to you. You can call him anytime, he will pick your calls. Unlike some officers in his position, they would be hard to get. We will definitely miss his expertise and the experience he had brought into the industry. We'll miss that. But I know he's been a person working closely with his team, like his deputy, Patricia Jalu. They've been working closely as a team, and we hope that there will be no setback in what he has developed, because he has tried to build the infrastructure. He has left UNBS when they have a permanent home, and they have a lot of equipment to do testing locally here, and a lot of more products which has been certified. I wish that Manyindo, since he's still around, whenever we need him, he should come to industrialists and give us guidance on how to move forward. Because each day coming, we are developing new products, therefore we need his expertise. I wish Manyindo a happy stay wherever he goes and to continue serving the field that he loves much. Thank you so much.
My name is Lamerga Yasin, and I started working in the Bureau around 1998, and that's when I met Dr. Ben, who has been my supervisor. I think I've learned a lot of things from my interaction with him, that you should always stick to procedure, policies, and guidelines. Working under him, I've chaired a number of committees, the contracts committee, the certification review committee that handles issues to do with the awarding the quality mark. What I've come to appreciate is allowing me the independence to take my decision based on my profession. No due pressure. So when you meet with the other colleagues who are in the same position and they tell you the pressures that they are going through because order from above seems to be shifting, I felt I was really lucky to have had such a boss like Dr. Ben. So I just hope that many of us have learned from that, and I just pray that we, the people who are in the Bureau, will emulate that and be able to have those below us also experience what we did experience during his tenure as our supervisor. Sorry that I sometimes go emotional when talking about issues like saying goodbye to a colleague. So I just say I wish him the best, and wherever we need guidance, we should be able to approach him. Thank you.